Welcome to Coffee, Culture, and the Capital with Sophia and Greg. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Before we dive into things, Greg, what do you have to drink for Coffee, Culture, and the Capital?
Well, it's not coffee this time. It is Hint, my favorite drink outside of coffee, I guess. Cherry flavor. Just a hint of cherry. And so that's what I'm drinking today. Keep me hydrated.
There you go. I have my coffee. It's just plain black coffee. It was hot, but it's basically cold now.
All right.
If you're watching the video, you can see I drink with a straw. I highly recommend you always drink coffee with a straw.
What? How you burn your tongue?
No, well, you have to let it cool down, but that's what makes people's teeth yellow. Like, did you know that's one of the major things? Like, it's because it stains your teeth and then, like, it's acidic, so it ruins your gums. You learn something new.
A straw is going to save you from all that?
Mm-hmm. Because it goes past my teeth. So, drink it with a straw. That's my recommendation of the day. But we have some actual real stuff to get into. So, we are now a week past election night, and there's some states that have their election results within a couple hours, such as Florida. California is not one of those states. We still don't have all the results in, all the ballots counted. That's just how things go here in California, unfortunately. But we do have some good news. If you've been tuning into the podcast, you would know a lot of our episodes have been recently about school boards, what is happening, parent notification policies. There's just a lot happening at the school board level, at the local level, because of the way the California legislature is. I'm sure many of you guys listening are familiar with Sonia Shaw, the president of the Chino Valley School Board. That's where we kind of had the parent notification policy start. And we've gone moved things since then. So a lot of people, I think in the last 2 years, Greg, have realized how important school boards are. I mean, I'm sure everyone listening has seen at least one viral school board meeting, whether it was one in California or another state, but you've seen at least one viral clip, because that's parents are going, parents are upset, parents are standing up for what's right at school board meetings. We now have good school board members doing great things in regards to parental rights. And so with this election, Greg, we saw victories across California with this whole, a wave of victories across school boards in California, huh, Greg?
Yeah, we've been working with, a dozen pro-parental rights groups, along with an assemblyman named Assemblyman Bill Asaley out of the Riverside area. He was the one that was maybe 2 years ago, we introduced a bill to simply make sure parents knew when a kid was changing their name and pronouns at school. California Attorney General and the Department of Ed was telling school districts that kids have privacy rights, that the schools are obligated to protect even from their own parents. So names are being changed on young kids. Everybody in the school knew about it, and the parents were being deceived, being told something different. And so parents push back. There has been lots of controversy. We've been pushing parental rights policies in school districts. When they were introduced, the attorney general sued, right? There's been court cases, and we won some of them. Others, there's been pushback. And so all of a sudden, California parents have realized that schools aren't like they used to be. They consider parents who have traditional views about gender to be a danger to their own kids. And the only way to push back on that is change the leaders. And so that's what we saw. For the last weekend or so, I've been working with a bunch of folks to try and find out how many pro-parental rights school board members actually won their elections. And usually these school board candidates are running against a California school union candidate, right? It's either they're independently trying to raise money for their candidacy, and they're running against candidates that the school board has put up and paid for. School board has tons and tons of money that they collect from teacher fees, and they spend that on electing school board members that do their bidding. But so I end up finding, I got permission from 34 school board members who won their election who are winning. I know you just said that the election results aren't completely all in. I think there's about somewhere between 1 million and 2 million votes that have still yet to be counted. They have a couple more weeks to do that. But a lot of these races have been decided. Some are on the border, but they're winning. And so this is a big deal. I just want to highlight a couple districts that we know flipped from being controlled by the union-supported candidates who were against parental rights and against parent notification policies, and they flipped to a more conservative pro-parent candidates. And those districts include Temecula Valley Unified School District, Capistrano Unified School District, Placer Union High School District, and Corona Norco Unified School District. We know those, so far, those boards have completely flipped. We know there's more out there. We just don't have, there are hundreds of school boards out there. So this is just a little snapshot of the school boards we know of that have flipped, or they're gaining members. They are maintaining the members that promoted parental rights. And so maybe one of our heroes of last year is Sonia Shaw. She is the president of the Chino Valley Unified School District. She was the first, that was the first school district to introduce a parent notification policy. And that's the one where Tony Thurman, our superintendent of the state, came down to the school board meeting and caused a ruckus, got kicked out because he wouldn't sit down. And then the attorney general filed a lawsuit against them. Well, her board had 4 conservatives and 1 liberal, and now the election happened. You would think, okay, what's going to happen? Are they going to lose all this controversy they started? Maybe they're going to lose their seats. Nope. Now it's 5-0. So parents are pushing back, school boards are pushing back, and they're realizing what the attorney general has been telling school districts is wrong. Not only wrong morally, it's wrong legally. It is a violation of the U.S. Constitution to take away parental rights, to keep them ignorant about what struggles their own children are having. And so it's time these school boards are realizing that their own attorney general is not to be trusted to tell them what the law says or what the law means.
Absolutely. And we have, like Greg said, we have a list of 34 school board members that have been elected or are almost elected, winning their election because it's still kind of up in the air in California, and they're pro-parental rights school board members. And as Greg mentioned, there is probably more than these 34. These are the 34 we are aware about. These are the 34 that we received permission to be on the press release we sent out about this. So I'm going to go through the list of the 34 names. If you are listening in and you're in California and you're like, oh, but a member of my school board just won their seat, they were running on pro-parental rights, let us know. Please reach out to us. We'd love to know all the school board members that are pro-parental rights in the state of California. But the 34 we have is Dr. Joseph Komrosky and Melissa Anderson from Temecula Valley Unified School District, Stephen Lesh and Jonathan Zackerson from Roseville City School District, Heidi Hall, a Roseville Joint Union High School District, Jeremy Jeffries, Placer Union High School District, Emily Craig Travis, Auburn Union School District Board, Brenda Lebsack, Santa Ana Unified School District, Dr. Akash Ahuj, William S. Hart Union High School District, Aaron Wilson, William S. Hart High School District, Julie Hupp and Rachel Price of Rockland Unified School District, Candy Olson of Redlands Unified School District, Diana Green of Colfax Elementary School District, Jeanette Wilson of Redlands Unified School District, Heidi Moore of Elk Grove Unified School District, Jackie LaBarbera, Shasta County Board of Education, Teresa Roberts, Shasta County Board of Education, Stephen Lewis, Golden Valley Unified School District, Julia Renaro, Anderson Union High School District, James Nah, Andrew Cruz, John Cervantes of Chino Valley Unified School District, Jennifer Adnams and Lisa Zollinger and Lisa Davis of Capistrano Unified School District, Tracy Till of Santee School District, Leandra Blades of Placentia Yorba Linda Unified School District, Tim Dowderty, Poway Unified School District, Leaf Hansen, Fallbrook Union Elementary School District, Tom Duncan, Placer Union High School District, Jamie Merchant, Corona Norco Unified School District, April Huckabee, Orcott Union School District, and Rebecca Koznek, Atascadero Unified School District. So those are the 34 school board members that were recently elected or are currently winning their election that are pro-parental rights. And again, there's probably more across the state of California. So please reach out to us and let us know if there's some that aren't on here. This was a press release that was sent out by California Family Council, but on behalf of a large amount of parental right groups, including Our Duty, Real Impact, California Policy Center, Moms for Liberty of Placer County, of Los Angeles, and of San Luis Obispo, California Family Council, National Center for Law and Policy, Rebuild California, Advocates for Faith and Freedom, Protect Our Kids, Stand Up Ministry, Calvary Chapel Solano, Informed Parents of California, Capital Resource Institute, Make California Gold Again, Not on Our Watch, Traditional Values for Next Generations, and Concerned Women for America of California. So we are seeing tides turn here in California. We are seeing people recognize how important local elections are. And so I'm so glad to see these pro-parental school board members win, especially in a year that it was also a presidential election. I think it can be hard during a presidential election year. Sometimes people aren't paying as much attention to things down the ballot. And so I'm so glad that people are waking up. People are recognizing the importance of local elections. And so, Greg, I know we have a statement too from Assemblymember Bill Asaley, a quote from him for that press release, if you want to update the listeners on what he had to say.
Right, here's what he said. Parental rights were on the ballot this election, and common sense prevailed with the election of at least 34 school board candidates who will fight to protect a parent's constitutionally protected right to raise their children. Democrats in Sacramento have made it their priority to keep secrets from parents and control their kids in school, but we fought back at a local level and we're winning. So that's great.
Amazing. And Greg, I know we just went through a list of 34, and there's wonderful stories about a lot of those candidates, and hopefully a lot more great stories to come out of what those school board members that have won or are winning are going to do. But can you give us some insight to maybe a couple of those school board members, some great stories for people to hear?
Right. I got 3 that I highlighted, people that I've met personally. The first one is Dr. Joseph Komrosky from Temecula Valley Unified School District. Now, he probably got the most press of any school board member, or maybe Chino Valley's Sonia Shaw would be in competition. But this particular school board member first got in trouble when he said that he did not want to be celebrating or giving special attention to Harvey Milk, the LGBT promoter and rights advocate, LGBT rights advocate, because he called him. He said that this guy has had a sexual relationship with a minor. He's a pedophile, right? Which is actually true. It's documented when Harvey Milk was in his 30s, he started a sexual relationship with a 16-year-old. Nobody disputes that. But the fact that he said that, man, that got him all kinds of hatred. Even our governor, Newsom, made public condemnation of the guy. They ended up putting together a recall petition where they actually recalled him. And he lost the recall. But get this, he goes, I'm not giving up, and he ran for re-election again. Or not re-election, he ran for election this time around, and he's winning. He's right now he's only ahead by 100 votes, but if he gets in, wow, talk about the odds of him getting back in when all the powers that be were against him. So let's watch that. I do hope that as the votes come in, it's confirmed that he's going to be the winner. Another person I wanted to highlight is Brenda Lepsack, who won a seat on the Santa Ana Unified School District at this point. Brenda has been a staunch advocate. She has her own website exposing all the gender ideology being pushed on little kids. She has a website. It's Brenda for Kids, and it's the number 4. Look it up. She's done videos. She's done exposés. She goes to union meetings and confronts the union leaders. I mean, she is an activist, and I believe her. She used to be on the Orange School Unified School Board. She's actually a teacher in Santa Ana, and so she is fearless. And she's also a strong Christian. I think even her husband is a pastor. So, wow, the fact that she got elected in Santa Ana, which is not a super conservative area. So that's that. I'm sure that school board is not happy with what she will be using her new position to do. The last one I wanted to bring up is somebody in my own backyard in Elk Grove. Her name is Heidi Moore. Heidi Moore, mother of 4 kids, has, she wasn't involved in politics at all. But she started noticing the graphic sexual material showing up in the books her children had access to at school. And she started complaining. She started going to school board meetings and reading the books and organizing parents. And generally, she was ignored by the school officials, by the school district. One of these pesky parents who's overreacting to what's in the school curriculum. They just disregarded her. But we even did a story recently this last year where the Elk Grove School District started to push out a plan to start LGBT clubs in elementary school, and they were doing this in secret. They weren't asking parents, getting permission from parents for their kids to attend these sexually charged meetings talking about gender identity and sexual orientation down to the 3rd grade. She helped organize parents with us and spoke to the media. That story went viral, like many of the stories that we helped make viral in Elk Grove. And now she ran for school board, worked really hard, did a great campaign, and now she's winning. She's going to be on the board. Now she's going to be totally outnumbered. She'll be the only one who was super concerned about this. But this is what happens, and this is what democracy really looks like. The powers that be ignoring the authority of parents, ignoring their constituents, and now you have one of them, the very person who was exposing you and you were embarrassed about and you just ignored. Now she's sitting up there right with you. So that's the kind of thing that needs to happen, right? Once parents get aware, and she was outspent. The unions, candidates, all supported, given tens of thousands of dollars, and she had to raise her own money and knock on doors herself and get a team together. It's a lot of work. I mean, there's no doubt that running for office takes a huge effort, but that's how we're set up. It's either that or we're going to have dictate. We'll just put somebody in charge that we have no control over, or we do the work of having a representative government, which takes a lot of time and effort. But ultimately, that's a much more just system. So anyway, that's my wrap up.
Yes, and if you want to hear more about the situation Greg was talking about in Elk Grove and with Heidi Moore and the whole giant win they ended up having with the whole parents not being informed about these clubs that their children were signing up for, go to episode 51 of Coffee Culture in the Capital. So that's episode 51. It's titled Parents Win Big. Elk Grove School Sets to Revamp LGBTQ plus club secrecy policies. You can go listen to that episode to find out a lot more on that situation. It was such a great win. You can go to californiafamily.org, search it under our blog post, read more about it. It was such a great win. But we are so happy to see these 34 school board members be elected or almost elected. We're kind of waiting for a couple. And to have pro-parental rights in office at the local level. But with that, Greg, any last words?
No, we do have the legislature is going to be sworn in the first week of December, and our governor has called a special session to Trump-proof the government. He is very concerned about the effects that the new federal administration is going to have on California. He should be concerned because much of what they are going to be doing, what they've been doing, is going to be challenged, right? And one of those things that's going to be challenged is this whole gender identity ideology that's being forced on all of us. President-elect Trump has promised to push back, to pull funds from school districts that are telling kids that they could be born in the wrong body. He's going to launch investigations into hospitals that have been sterilizing kids and transitioning them, ignoring the science that says this does not actually help them. And so there's a lot. And of course, there's the governor is also concerned about all environmental regs that he thinks are going to be threatened. All kinds of other help that he got from the last administration, he's no longer going to get help for anymore. And immigration, right? We're actually going to have a border security again, and there's going to be a lot of deportations of folks who have flooded into the country and illegally been here. And so, of course, they're worried about that. They haven't been defending our border for a while now, and so it's going to be an interesting couple years for sure. So it all starts in a couple weeks. We'll see what happens.
Absolutely. So follow along on our page, californiafamily.org, on our social media, and go to californiafamily.org. Sign up for our newsletter so you can receive weekly updates and get to know a little bit more about what's going to happen in December and that special session. But with that, we will see you all next time.